So guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one thing that I discovered that made me go from being an unprofitable trader, making losses like this all the time, to a profitable trader. There's a couple of things I changed, but this can be the most significant one, I think you can call it. It's kind of like a mindset shift. It's also like a strategy shift. We'll go through it and hopefully you guys can learn something from it, because this is a strategy that I use every single day. You guys can copy it. You guys can make some money from it. So let's get into the video. So first, here are my broker statements. You can pause it if you want to read them. This was from 2023. I turned 13K into 480K. This was from 2024. I turned the same 480K into 1.2 million. So let's talk about my mistakes first. So if I had to categorize my mistakes into three things, it would definitely be this. The first is FOMO. The second is risk management. And the third is strategy. So let's begin with FOMO. The things I used to do back when I had no idea were crazy, right? So I would see a stock going up. So let's say this is a stock. It's making a move, whatever, and then it starts to go up. I'd be like, okay, it's going up. It's been going up before, which means it's going to continue going up. So let me buy right over here. And I would buy at the top. And then it goes up for a little bit, and then it goes down and down and down, and then I sell over here. And I'm like, why am I not making any money? I'm finding the stock, it goes up a little bit, and then it goes down. It feels like as soon as I buy the stock, it goes down, right? And I kind of realized, well, now I realize that the reason I was making these losses was just because of FOMO. It was just FOMO, and FOMO stands for fear of missing out, by the way. So I would see a stock go up and up and up and up, and I'd be like, I can't miss out on this. It's gonna go up without me. That's when I end up entering over here. It goes up a little bit and then it goes down, and then I lose money. So FOMO is not a strategy. If someone asks you what your strategy is, you can't just say FOMO. So as soon as I stopped doing that, I was like, okay, we can't just chase stocks. We need to have an actual strategy in place. My FOMO completely disappeared. So now I can see a stock that goes from here all the way up till here, and I'm like, I'm not gonna enter. I'm not gonna enter. Why? Because it doesn't have an entry, right? It doesn't satisfy the things for my strategy, right? It's just going up. I'm not gonna enter, and I have absolutely zero FOMO, right? So that's the first major mistake that I used to make, and I think a lot of you guys make it too. It's just FOMO. You see a stock going up, you chase it, and then you lose money. Don't do that. The second thing that I would say was a big mistake was risk management. So like I said over here, when I would buy right over here and sell down over here, I wouldn't have any risk management in place. I would be down 10%, 15, 20%. Imagine I put $10,000 into a stock, right? And it goes down 20%. I've lost $2,000. $2,000 in like this. Nowadays, it's like if I lose $2,000, it's not that big of a deal. But back then, it's a big fucking deal. So I had no idea what risk management was. I had no idea what it meant. But as soon as I started changing that as well, I started to see some real progress. So you have to keep your losses small. That's the big thing you have to remember. You have to keep your losses small and your wins as big as humanly possible. Because think about it. If, let's say you have a win and it's 20%, right? So a stock is over here, you buy over here, and you sell over here, you make 20%. If your average loser is 5%, that means that if you make one win, that's 20%, you need to lose 4 times in a row to cancel out that win. If it's the opposite way around, let's say your average winner is 5%, but your average loser is 10%. One loser and you've destroyed 2 weeks worth of work. So keeping your losses small and your wins as big as possible, I know it sounds obvious, but people don't do that. They take big ass losses, 15, 20% losses, and then they complain why their account doesn't grow. So put your risk management in place, and we're going to talk about that soon. And now I keep my losses super tight. Just today, I took a loss, but it was 3%, 4%, super tiny. My average win's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. So it didn't do a dent in anything. And that's what I'm trying to talk about. If you want to grow your account, keep your losses super tight. And the last thing I want to talk about is strategy. So we're going to go through my strategy, the one I use, because back then I had no strategy. It was just FOMO. It was I see a stock going up, I'm going to enter, I'll lose a bunch of money. But now I have a strategy in place that works. I'm going to share that strategy with you guys, so you guys can just literally copy it and we can go from there. Before that, guys, I have my free trading bundle. It includes a free course. It has 3 books inside. There's a trade tracker, so you can input all of your trades and you can see all the lessons you learn from it. There's a gift inside as well. Click the first link in the description to go check it out right now. It's completely for free. Let's keep going. So I want to talk about the pattern. So this is the pattern that I trade every single day, and this is the change that I realized. Because what I started doing was I started buying stocks when they were like this. And I would buy over here and then it would dump, and I'm like, why did I lose money? Right? The stock was going up. Why did it start going down as soon as I bought? But so I started thinking about a pattern. I was like, okay, What about instead of buying the stock when it's all the way up here, what if we wait a little bit, make it go down a little bit, right? And as soon as we can see it starting to go back up for the next big move up, that's when I buy, right? And so then when it goes up like this, I sell right over here. How about we start doing that? And when I implemented that change, literally profitable overnight. I'm not making this up, profitable overnight. The next day when I start implementing this, I start making profits. My risk management was in place. My wins were way bigger than my losses. I was way more consistent. I had no FOMO now, because if I saw a setup like this, I just wouldn't buy it because it doesn't have a pullback. I need this pullback for me to even consider entering, right? So solve like all of my problems. So let's talk about what the pattern is. So initially we have a surge in price. That's number one over here. We have a surge in price. So you can see we have two candles going up. We have a surge. The next thing we need to see is some profit take. So you can see now there's like two candles going down, right? Notice these candles are not like dumping and the stock's going down. Oh, that's not what's happening. It's like it's going down, but it's like a little bit. It's controlled. You know, it makes sense. This is what profit taking is. That's step number 2. So once we see this, now we're like, okay, now we need to look for the next move up. We need to buy before the next move up starts. How do we do that? Step number 3. It's we get in before the next move. So I want to be entering as soon as this green candle beats the previous one's high. So if you see over here, this is the high of the red candle. I want to be entering right over there. As soon as it beats the high, I want to get in right over here on this candle. And the surge is up past high of day, surges up again, and hopefully just continue surging up and surging up and surging up, and I take profit. That's the idea. Now, if you guys want to learn this strategy like more in depth, you want to trade with me alongside others in a community, then you can check out the community. So this right over here, guys, is the community, the Draco Room. I'm currently in the wins channel. We have so many wins because people follow the strategy and it's super simple. It makes sense. And look at all the wins that these people make. It's ridiculous. We also have a course in there. We have an FAQ section. We have a watch list channel, a live movers channel. So I tell you guys the exact stocks that I'm watching. So there's no guessing about it, right? We have chat, we have home runs, we have so many more resources. And when you join the channel, guys, you also get access to all of these videos. So every time I make a trade, I always make a video about it. Today, for example, I took a loss and I gave you guys the live trade, exactly when I entered, exactly why I exited, why I entered, why I exited, and I do this every single day. This day I made 44,000. I show you guys the exact entries, the exact exits. It's insane. And every single time I make a trade, I make these videos. So it's extremely resourceful. So if you guys do want to join the community, you can email me at this email on screen to join. Email me there, say you want to join, and I'll try to get you a spot inside. So anyway, let's keep moving on. So now let's go through a $15,000 live trade case study. I'm going to tell you guys how I found the stock, why I chose it, when I entered, when I exited. I'll show you guys a live trade. We'll go through it. Let's get started. So the first thing let's talk about is like the steps. So what do I do when I get onto my computer every single morning? What are the steps that I take? There's 4 main things that I do. The first thing I do is I find volatile stocks. So I'm going to teach you exactly how, but I find them. I have a list of stocks and I go through each one of them. That's the next step. I choose just one of them. I don't trade like 15, 20 different stocks a day. I trade a couple, but most of the time it's just one stock that I trade. So I choose one of them, I buy, and then I sell. That's the thing that I repeat every single day. It's the same routine that I have. So now let's go through each of the steps in detail. So the first step, like I said, is to find the volatile stocks. And the way I do that is by using a scanner. Now I use the one on TradingView. It's completely for free. It's built in. It's perfect. It does the job. That's what I do. You want to sort the scanner by gap percentage. So this thing over here, gap percentage, this is what you want to sort it by. And you have a list of all of these stocks gapping up. Now I found through like months, not even months, years of doing this, that if a stock gaps up more than 20%, then it's worth looking at. If a stock's gapping up 2%, 5%, 8%, it's not worth looking at most of the time because nobody's even looking at it. Everybody's gonna be looking at the first stock, the second one, the third, the fourth, the fifth, maybe the sixth, maybe seventh, maybe eighth, but everybody's looking at the first 5, like guaranteed. So if there's one of the stocks that's gonna make a move, it's gonna be within the first 10 or 15, and you want to be looking at them. So that's the first step. The second step is the watch list. So the next thing I do is I click through every single one of these tickers and look at the pre-market chart. So on this stock over here, I can see that around like 9 a.m. breaking news comes out, right? And the stock surges pre-market. It goes up and up and up, and then it goes down for a little pullback, right? But we can see like the buying momentum, you can see there's a lot of volume in the buying, but then selling, there's like less volume, right? It kind of evens out. So this is a potential. This is a stock with high potential. You can see that volume on the selling is very low. It made a big move upwards. There's breaking news. this is definitely going to be my watch list. I'm definitely going to be looking out for what moves the stock makes. Now, the third thing I'm going to do is obviously trade this. I'm going to show you the live recording of me trading this and selling it, everything. We'll go through that right now. So right now, I'm in the live trading archive and I'm going to click play. So right now, I'm on the ticker symbol SRXH. We can see there's a pullback on the 1 minute chart. So like I said, remember, we have the initial surge where the stock goes, it makes a big move up. Then we have profit taking, right? It's not dumping. The stock isn't going all the way back down. It's a momentary pause in the move, right? And then we have the first candle to make a new high, which is what I just talked about, right? So as soon as the first candle makes a new high right over here, that's exactly where I place my buy order. So now inside the stock. So my first take profit target is going to be around high of day, which is up over here, around about the 60 cents level, right? So we can see the stock is slowly making its way up. These moves are never perfect, right? Which is why I think trading them live is such a big deal, because when people back test these moves, they think you enter here and then 2 seconds later it goes all the way up and you exit. That's not really what happens, right? The stock really takes its time. So let me skip forward a bit. You can see it's going up, it's going down, the dips are being bought back up. I'm still holding. My first profit target is still around the high of day. So that's the move I'm looking for it to make. It's slowly making new highs, it's slowly squeezing up, right? It's getting very close to high of day. Right over there we touch high of day and we can see that there's a big breakout. This is perfect, right? I could take my profit here, but because I can see that the stock is still maintaining its levels, I don't really want to sell. I want to hold on for as long as possible, because like I said, we need to make our winners as big as possible. So I can see the stock is still maintaining its level. It's not dumping. It's not doing any of it. It's still maintaining its level. So I'm still going to continue holding the stock. I'm going to skip forward a few minutes because nothing really happens. We can see it starts to go down a little bit. I'm not too worried. It dips down for a second and it gets bought back up, which is very bullish. And then we can see this candle's making new highs. It's trying its best to get to the high of day. And eventually it gets the high of day, and then we have another squeeze up. So it's finding some resistance at high of day, but I'm completely fine with that. I'm still in the stock. And eventually it squeezes past high of day. Right over there. So you can see it squeezes and it gets sold back down. I'm still in this, right? I still want to see where this goes because it has a lot of potential. And so let me skip for a few more seconds. It dips down for a little bit, but look how well those dips keep getting bought back up. So this is extra confidence for me that this is going to work out. So we see it tries being the high again. It does, but it gets rejected a little bit. So the stock is continuously going back to the highs, going back to the highs, going back to the highs. And eventually I can start seeing that there's some resistance. It's trying its best to beat, but it's not. It's finding resistance. It's about to go down, and that's exactly when I decide to sell. So that right there was a little sneak preview of the live trades that you can find inside the community. I took a lot more live trades that day. I made the total 44K. So this was just one of those trades. So if you guys want to see the entire live trade with all of the trades, you can find them inside the community. Let me show you what else you can find inside the community. So guys, I'm back inside the community. I'm here on the Wins channel. Like I said, there's a course inside. You can chat with the community. You can ask me questions if you're confused about something. Like I said, there's a watch list, there's live movers. I'll tell you guys exactly all the stocks that I'm going to be watching. There's month reviews, there's trade reviews, day reviews, live trades. I share all of my trades. Some traders don't share their losses, but I literally share everything. So today I made almost a $4,000 loss. So I explained why I entered, why I exited, everything in this video. Over here I made 44,000 on this day, so you can see that video inside the community. We have another one over here where I made 8,000, 7,000, blah, blah, blah. All of these live trades can be found inside of the community. So again, guys, if you do want to join the community, email me at the email on screen and I'll try to get you a spot inside. The community was closed for a little bit, but I've reopened it back up to allow new members in. So now is a great time to join. If you guys want to watch a video where I explain my 1 minute scalping setup that pays me every single time, click the video that just popped up on the top left. And guys, as usual, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. As a reminder, get the free trading bundle, which is the first link in the description. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.